Hi, welcome back, everybody. It's Tom, your host, Carve the Convo, back at it again. Today, joining me is the beautiful, the lovely, the crazy cook, Carmina del Rosario. Hey, Carmina.
Hi, Tom.
Oh,
Thanks for having me.
thank you for being on the show.
Likewise.
I know you have a crazy tight schedule, and you made time for us. We need to be thankful.
It's good to always be back here at Think Up.
Yeah, we're at Think Up. Yes, it's a new spot over here at JP Laurel. It's wonderful. So, if you're a Davaoeño, you've probably heard of the Gourmet Collective. And Carmina actually is the curator of that. Not only is she the one handling the Crazy Cook catering. Tell us about that. What is the story behind that moniker, the Crazy Cook?
Well, I'm crazy about food. I'm crazy about many things, but one of which is food. And when I moved here to Davao, I decided to put up a food business. I wasn't always in food. For many, many years, I was in the corporate world. Mm-hmm. But when I moved here, I fell naturally into it because I grew up in a kitchen, surrounded with people who love to eat. You can tell by my body structure that I do love to eat. So I put up this catering company that's not your usual catering company. What I do is I provide creative solutions to each individual event, whether it's a corporate event, a retail event, or a function, a big ones or small ones. So really, I tailor fit each menu to the theme or to the branding of each event.
And the most recent venture that we both had together was the catering for the press colon.
Yes, which was a lot of fun.
A lot of fun. And the South by Mouth, which is a Gourmet Collective event, is happening this Friday.
It's happening this Friday. It's actually part of the Davao Gourmet Collective, which I've been curating for the past 3 years. We do it 3 times a year in Davao, Araw ng Davao, Kadayawan, which is actually the biggest one, and Christmas. What it is, it's a collection or a collective of Davao's best eats. So I basically look for the best food there is in Davao, and actually we're lucky this year because we've also got 3 vendors from Manila coming in all the way to Davao.
Wow.
So the people here don't have to fly all the way back, and we put it all together under one big tent housed at SM Lanang, and this time it's going to be at their fountain court. So you can just come on over at 4 o'clock and sample all the 20 vendors selling many things for you to try.
This is really exciting. I'm just stoked about the idea. If you're a foodie, you'd be stoked about it as well. That like in one spot, the best, the finest food you could get. Since we're talking about food, right? Mm-hmm. And I tried these. What do you call these things? These the one with the tuna during the press con.
I made these tuna cilantro salad cups, but instead of a regular sandwich or bread that it goes with, I actually placed it inside a crispy wonton cup.
Crispy one.
So that when you bite it, you get the flavors of the tuna, the freshness of the cilantro, and at the same time you get a nice sort of different texture to it. It's a mouthfeel because of the crunchiness of the wonton.
And these guys were covering it too. I'm sure they tried it. Did you try it? KZ on the camera today. But okay, cool. If it was the end of the world, right? End of the world, last night on this earth. Mm-hmm. You could have only, let's say, 3 dishes as your final meal on this earth. What would they be?
Do I have to cook the dish myself, or is it something like I want to eat?
It could be something that you cook, or it could be just something that you want to just eat. Like, what are these things? Because I'm sure people watching this would want to know. Like, what does the crazy cook want to eat if tonight was the last night on earth?
I'm not originally from Davao, but I ended up falling in love with Davao.
Of course, who wouldn't?
And I try my best really to promote local cuisine, local dishes outside. So top of my head is Balbacua.
Ooh.
I love Balbacua. I've actually gone around and scoured all the wet markets here in Davao and also some of the restaurants that serve Balbacua. And I did a spin on it. And I use, you know the story of Balbacua, right? You know what Balbacua is?
I know how to eat it.
Well, Balbacua, I found out, is really food that's eaten at the early hours of the morning. And also, it was created because a lot of these butchers and vendors would have scraps. Whatever they can't sell, they would make into a stew, a ginger-based stew. So normally, in the palengke, what you see is Balbacua made of innards, or sometimes, most of the time, it's actually cow fat, or back fat, or back skin. But what I've done is I've made my version using Wagyu oxtails and Wagyu shanks, and we simmer it for about 8 hours with all the local herbs and ginger and atzel that they use here. And we put it together into one heaping bowl of happiness and
You're
goodness.
not talking
So
to
that's
Carmina
one.
about food. I'm
That's
getting
one.
hungry.
Okay.
That's one.
That's my number one. That's number one. That's one of my favorite things.
Okay, I
to
cannot
have.
wait to find out number 2 and number 3.
Number 2 and number 3. I think number 2 would be something that I don't want to cook myself. Because
Okay,
I
what
just
would it
like to enjoy it. I just love a good burger.
A good
A
burger.
good simple cheeseburger without any of those sauces that a lot of burger joints mask it with. I just love
Like
a
just
good patty with salt and pepper, crunchy lettuce, tomato, and like a really nice toasted brioche bun.
What we
Plain.
would call
The simplest things in life are the best and most unforgettable ones.
what we would call a purist
Yeah.
for burgers. All right. Okay. I'm assuming number 3 is dessert, but no, is it? No.
I could go on. It could be a list of 10. But
Okay, just one more.
probably the third thing would be a good steak.
Ooh.
Just a good steak. I'm also a steak and potatoes kind of a girl.
I realize
So a good
it's all
piece of
beef.
meat. Yeah, it's all meat, but I do eat other things.
Wow.
A good piece of steak, a nice fried egg,
Ooh.
some crispy fried roasted potatoes.
Some A1. Ooh.
Well, no A1. I
No
just
A1,
like
just
maybe
the-
a glass of wine.
Just the blood.
Or two.
Okay.
So that would be probably my last meal.
Wow. So that's Carmina's top 3. All right.
Yeah.
Carmina's top 3.
I do like a lot of seafood too. I mean, there's a lot of seafood here, so I actually do love the way they cook tuna belly or panga here.
Well, one thing I would say though, with your top 3, if it was indeed the end of the world, steak would be in my list as well.
There you go.
So,
And a burger.
and a burger.
Yeah.
And possibly cheesecake. But anyway, we're not talking about my top 3. So Carmina's been in the catering business for 8 years. So she has seen the landscape evolve for the past 8 years. And right now, a lot of things come into play more than just your typical media or publicity or advertising. Now we are in the digital realm. How has that affected your business, or how did your business evolve with it?
You have to adapt. Not a lot of my clients actually are digitally aware or apt. Okay? But this is where everything is going. So from day one, you kind of realize in any business for that matter that from day one, if you are to start a business today, you have to think in terms of I will be in the spotlight. You are just as good as each day. So each time you are photographed or each time you are featured, that's what makes up your personality in the digital world. That's what makes up your brand.
Correct.
So it's quite important to get it right, to not be too contrived about it, and to just try to and be yourself.
And to not be afraid.
Yes.
You know, like
well, in any business, you can't really be afraid if you're starting your own. I mean, you need to be able to not be discouraged about doing all the baby steps to get where you are. So basically, you need to jump in knowing all of this. You need to also jump in knowing that there is a chance of failure, and there's a chance that you need to get up and change things. There are some mistakes that are done in social media, but they can also be corrected.
Correct. And I totally agree, because let's say, you know, with Carmina, she sells, you know, she provides catering, and the product is mostly the service of catering and the food.
Yeah.
And you cannot just put that on social media all the time. It has to have a personality.
Right.
And the person cooking it is the personality, and the person behind the business is the personality.
Right. It's important also that when you're in the food business, what you're showing is unique. What you're showing is just also beyond taste. Of course, it's important that it's delicious, but it has to look appealing. It's just like when we're about to eat anything. I mean, the first thing that you look at is how it's how it's presented. So it's important that all of those elements come through in social media.
Perfect. Even like on the live event, and you're gonna see
you can't
the food
really
for me.
smell, you can't really taste in social
Correct.
media,
Correct.
but you have to make up for those senses in other things.
Because in any business, what you want to do is attack the senses, making a well-rounded experience.
Right.
And so you have to do double time or double effort on that in social media.
Right.
And you're going to see her food today. I'm privileged to actually get it.
To be the guinea pig.
The guinea pig of the, what do you call that?
I made today some meatballs, but I took a spin on it because I grew up in Thailand, so Thai food is one of my favorite cuisines. So I made a green curry meatball, which Tom is going to test.
For you.
Taste.
Now we're here. We're about to taste Carmina's food. Carmina, can you quickly tell everybody what we're having today?
So today I'm feeding Tom one of my specialties, which is actually sold in a pack and sometimes shipped and schlepped all the way to Manila.
Wow.
Yeah. So I'm actually known for my curries because I mentioned that I used to live and I grew up in Thailand. So green curry is one of my favorites, and I did a spin because normally you have it with chicken or you have it with shrimp, but this time around I did it with meatballs. So what we're doing is I've already pre-prepared this for Tom, who's my guinea pig for today. So any curry is best enjoyed with rice. So
Yes.
this is the finished product, which is a green curry meatball with a little bit of string beans and some red peppers, cilantro, and rice. Bon appetit!
Ooh. Okay, so what do we do?
Just dig in.
All right, here we
Dig
go.
in with the rice.
First time ever on this show. All right.
Spicy.
Oh my God! Oh, so good.
It's actually medium
So
in
good.
spice or sort of bordering on mild.
No, this is
The
perfect.
guys
This
like
is
it.
perfect. But okay, all right. So, Carmina, like for anybody out there who's wanting to do the same thing, and this is a tip that you're gonna give out to them, wanting to do catering, wanting to go into the food business, or just in business, you know, in general, you're gonna get this tip from Carmina, and then I'm gonna give her 30 seconds to do her shameless plug as to how you can reach her and contact her for her services. All right? Fair enough?
Yes.
All right. So, what would be your tip to anybody?
There's
wanting to
actually,
do
I
it?
mean, everything really is. Everyone who wants to become an entrepreneur knows that you need courage to do that. But once you're over that, you also need to not be afraid to do the little jobs. You need to be able to learn how to do everything in catering. It's for not just cooking this wonderful meal. It's carrying the boxes, slicing onions, washing the dishes. You need to wear different hats. In any event, you also need to be able to relate to everybody. This company won't exist without teamwork. So I need to be able to deal with my purchase guy. I need to be able to go to the palengke and talk and haggle with my suke. And then that evening, I should also be able to shake hands with the VIP that I'm serving to. You also, it's not just also about skill. You also need the B word, business. You also need to know how to make money. You need to just turn a profit, and you need to know when that's gonna happen.
So you need to know how to do costing. You need to know how
to do pricing. Of course, if you do run your own company, you have to have an idea of how to do.
And the best way to know that is to actually do the little job.
Yes.
To know everything inside and out.
Yes.
Right.
You also need to you also need to be willing to sacrifice weekends, sacrifice holidays for certain jobs. You also need to always be learning and training. You learn from others, you learn from other things. I mean, I love to watch food shows, food documentaries, chef documentaries. So you always have to be constantly learning. And you also need to be able to adapt to the market.
Correct.
You need to be able to single out certain opportunities and attack it with flair.
With flair. I love attack it with flair.
Yes.
ABL, always be learning. Dude, so much value from Carmina. I hope you guys out there take notes, because these are really things that are when applied will really propel your business. So, Carmina, we are at that part of the show.
You can reach me through email. It's carminadelrosario@gmail.com, or you can personally call me at 0928-505-3605, or you can follow me on Instagram. It's the Crazy Cook _PH.
You should. Anyway, we'll get the it's in the comments.
I'm sorry.
It's in the comments. You'll see it in the
I'm the only crazy cook in the Philippines, so it's quite easy to find. You can either search me as Carmina Del Rosario or as the Crazy Cook.
And if you enjoyed this video, click the like button and smash it, press it, crush it, melt it. Carmina Del Rosario and Tom Sakuya, Carve the Convo. Bye.
Bye.